Good morning. Only really the one trade yesterday would have been Unionistas scoring first against Barcelona. 1.13, that's the scoreline. 0-3, 1-3, any other away score. Nice and simple. Goal before half-time as well. You could have laid the draw second half as well. It was a strong-looking Barcelona side playing a very lower tier opponent. So an obvious play there. I'm not sure if Umraniaspor scored first. They did via an own goal. So that could have given you an angle in there as well. Cup match is very hard to predict. It's only 10 minutes for us to ascertain the in-play stats. But if you followed the pre-match odds, 1.14 again. 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. It fits, doesn't it? So those were the couple yesterday. Elsewhere, Braga got the win against Famalicão. Did Famalicão score first? They did. So that was a potential angle in, particularly given the fact that it was a penalty. So pity this kicked off a bit too late for me, 6:45. That would have been a good play. You could have potentially laid the late draw as well, given that, well, no, that red card not on the pitch. So do note that. So good result for Braga. Back to winning ways. They've been a little under par of late, but Sporting Lisbon continue to impress. Did Vizela score first? Indeed they did. So you had an option. Given it's 13 minutes, you had an option of the first half goal response for Sporting. You also had the option of both teams to score no in this regard as well. That covers the 0-1, covers the 0-2. And then you can go straight into the match odds. Goyo Quérez getting goal before half-time, which would have given the odds a move, particularly if you went match odds. So good stuff. Very tradable matches. African Cup of Nations, yet another 2-2 for the Egyptians. That's not really healthy. You're not losing, but you're not gaining 3 points. Another late penalty, was it? No. Mustafa Mohammed making it 2-2. Kudos to Kudos, getting a couple of goals for the Ghanaians. It's all to play for. If you look at the standings, after 2 matches, well, Ghana are base. Egypt just on 2 points. Cape Verde had the win. Mozambique, if they win, could overtake Egypt. So these draws could be crucial for Egypt. Ivory Coast, Nigeria, too tough to call this one. In the Asian Cup, Palestine did get the equaliser after the red card, and their in-play stats suggested as much. But would you be backing this Palestine side? Would you trust that? It was an own goal that perhaps sums up, and a missed penalty that sums up the quality of the side. If you look at the FIFA World Rankings, they are way down there. So trust issues, the only thing stopping us really getting a confident play out of that. Napoli, Fiorentina, well, another Super Cup. We've got a Super Cup tomorrow, apparently, Inter Milan. So I don't know what's going on there. 2 Super Cups. Tennis yesterday. Well, let's have a look. The major moneymaker yesterday was Daniil Medvedev. 1 short price favourite turning up. There's been a lot of underperformances. 2 sets down. Boom, boom, boom. Absolutely emphatic stuff. And to throw it in, he also had a medical timeout, which whenever you see that as a tennis trader, you're, oh dear, my luck's not in. Odds on favourites are starting to dominate. Although Kazal, 2 sets up, that's when you take Kazal on, and then got a Rune 3rd set win. That's the only exception, I think. Odds on favourites tended to oblige yesterday. That could be the case as we get deeper into the tournament. Is the market going to be more accurate? It's got a lot of matches wrong. For example, this 1.17 should suggest a 3-0 or a 3-1. Again, Zverev really struggling. These some players, I think, have sussed out the tournament play keep it very tight on their serve, try to get a 40-40, and then on your serve, try to get 3 quick ones in, get there as quickly as possible. Ladies' game, a lot more difficult yesterday. Anyone for anyone? Didn't really see anything. Well, Blinkova won the first set against 1.05 Rabikina. You could have got a profit out of that, regardless of what happened here. 2022, this is all down to the luck who wins the right point at the right time. On to today. Lots of odds on favourites today. How they got on early on. Karen Kachanov getting through. Easy as you like for Yannick Sinner. Easy as you like for Taylor Fritz as well, dropping the first set. So that would have been a decent angle in. He is a reliable sort, Taylor Fritz. Stefanos Tsitsipas, this is more emphatic performances than we've seen in days gone by. Coming up, Shelton against Manarino. Don't know much about these, but got 16th against 19th. 2 top 20 players. That suggests to me that this is inaccurate. I'd be very careful. 2 top 20. De Minaur should have a comfortable afternoon of it against 100th ranked Koboli. Novak Djokovic. Echeverry has impressed. He beat Andy Murray and he followed that up. He could be a thorn in Novak's side. Novak has not had it easy. He's dropped a set in both of his matches. Echeverry yet to drop a set, and he's getting rid of the old guard. Murray, Monfils, Djokovic, question mark. So I think Novak could be very layable at the off at 1.05 odds. There's only one real way to go, and that's up. You've only got 0.05 to get to the 1.01. You've got unlimited. So laying at 1.06 will cost you nothing, and I doubt this will be a robotic 3-0 for Djokovic. Echeverry has been very, very impressive, as I say. Monfils and Murray. Rublev against Korda could be a competitive affair as well. And in the ladies' game, 1.53 favourite. Fresh dropped the first set, won the second. Looks like she's back on in the third. Haddad Maia, 12th against 170th, but rankings haven't seemed to matter this tournament. We've had a lot of 3 figures really dominating or being ultra competitive. So it's normally my day off today. Let me just show you the football for today. Sunderland against Hull. It's a top 10 clash. Lay any late draw. Hull lack any form against the top 8, home or away. Sunderland have 6 wins against the top 12 at home, so should fancy their chances. Salford against Colchester. New manager for Salford. This could be postponed, this match. So just watch out for that. 21st against 22nd. This could be a match Salford could eye their second consecutive win under new management. Their in-play stats were superb against Crawley. Were not expected to do anything. So watch out with home advantage today if this match is on. Alaves and Cadiz. The only team to beat Alaves who were positioned below them in the league was Cadiz. Alaves, though, do keep winning against 17th and lower. Bar that Cadiz 0-1 loss. Cadiz draw far too often against 10th and lower, which infers it could be laid if leading. So we'll see about that. We've had a lot of these matches recently where it's kind of revenge on the cards after a head-to-head loss. Mainz against Union Berlin. Well, for me, this is all about the market. If the market calls Union Berlin, they tend to oblige. A couple of odds on favourites recently has resulted in a draw and a win at home. So I would be cautious here, but 2.1 the favourite does suggest both teams have a chance today. Excelsior against Heerenveen, 60th plus minute goals. If it's quiet up to that point, watch out for those. Excelsior do tend to score but not win. Heerenveen's wins exclusively come against 11th and lower, and they're playing 15th today, tending to score 3 goals. On that basis, we give the nod to Heerenveen. Benfica Boavista. This is another revenge mission. Boavista beat Benfica 3-2 last time these two met. That's the only loss for Benfica this season. So they're way better form. 8 goals scored in the last 15 minutes home matches. 12 out of 18 goals scored second half. So watch out for second half goal action. Boavista have scored and conceded in all bar one match away from home, winning just one match, that head-to-head win. So revenge in mind for Benfica today. 20-minute rule might apply for a 1.12 shot. 0-0 after 20 minutes. Consider 1-0, 2-0, any unquoted half-time score market. Ghent against Mechelen. Good to see the Belgian Jupiler League returning. Ghent are unbeaten at home and tend to win against 10th and lower. Only 3 wins since the 17th of September for Mechelen. Got an obvious bias, haven't we, towards the home side. If it's 0-0 after the 30th minute, consider laying the draw in a half-time market. Hope Ghent continue their excellent scoring record of 8 goals in the 31st to 45th minute. There are other matches on today. Let's have a look at them. So we go soccer24.com. Covered the main ones. Got the Eerste Divisie. Tend to see goals in that league. As I say, if you fancy it, both teams to score an over 2.5 goal accumulator could give you a good run for your money. Romanian 1 League, good to see that back. A couple of odds on favourites at home. La Liga 2, Zaragoza against Andorra. African Cup of Nations, as difficult as ever, but look at the standings. Mozambique are in prime position after getting that draw against Egypt. They get a win today. Off we go. Similar story, Cape Verde. They get a win. So this is a must-win territory for these two. Can get rid of the expected favourites. Senegal against Cameroon. Senegal, the second highest ranked African side. And this is a top 2 clash. Senegal with a win should get through. Cameroon need to take points off their nearest rival. Very tight, isn't it? Second, third and fourth. Guinea and Gambia. Let's have a look at the standings. So this is must-win territory for these two, particularly as one of these two is likely to drop points today, or will drop points today. So it's a must-win for Guinea-Gambia, but it's very tough to read. Iran against Japan, you'd be expecting the Japanese to get a win here. Vietnam and Indonesia, no clue. Iran playing Hong Kong. 1.07 shots there. So it looks a bit more readable today, but it's all about trusting these lower ranked sides in the FIFA World Rankings. It looks like the Salford match is postponed, which is a pity. Coupe de France, Lyon against Bergerac at 7:45, and the Bundesliga 2 looks interesting. Holstein Kiel against Braunschweig, Karlsruhe against Osnabrück. I would pay attention to the odds. I would be favouring the home side. Do a little bit of research if it's 0-0 or if the opponent scores first. Have a look at the standings where these two are. Holstein Kiel are top of the league, so automatically Braunschweig are second from bottom. So that gives you a clue as to who to fancy in that one. Karlsruhe and Osnabrück. Karlsruhe 12th, Osnabrück are bottom. So you've got bottom sides who might overperform, particularly if we're running out of time, 19th of January, for them to get out of jail. Anything else? Italian Serie B, Sampdoria, newly relegated but not really enjoying it. Got a second Super Cup. This is very strange. We had that one yesterday, Napoli-Fiorentina. This is another one. This is being played in Saudi Arabia again. You'd be favouring Inter Milan on seasonal form, but can they be bothered with this overblown friendly? And that's about it today. It's usually my day off today, but if I am up and about, as ever, I will play. But I do need time off because I'll be giving a full day tomorrow and a full day on Sunday for you. It looks an okay coupon. I would prefer if all matches kicked off at the same time, of course, it'd make it a lot more efficient. But it's a good set of matches. Don't forget the Eerste Divisie. It's your usual goal fest. And good luck if you're playing the tennis. I'll be looking out for Echeverry to give Djokovic a bit of a game. I can't see de Minaur struggling. This looks tighter, at least rankings-wise, than the market suggests. So in that regard, you might want to take on Shelton at such short odds. There's no reason why a ranking difference of only 3 should see the odds so skewed in the favour of one player. Unless Mannarino doesn't like playing on this kind of surface. He's had 2 consecutive 3-2 set wins, suggesting he ain't going to win 3-0. So if he wins the first set, or even goes 2-0 up, that is your angle in. Shelton has beat Bautista Agut, which is very impressive, and an Aussie O'Connell. Got good trading out of that one. Plucky Aussie. So good stuff. Have a great day today. If you don't hear from me, you'll know why. It's my day off. But you will be hearing plenty from me Saturday and Sunday. See you later.